What's up, y'all? Hey, gonna do something a little bit different, but really just want to be able to dive into understanding stuff, but then making it simple. Okay, so we're gonna explain something, we're gonna practice that something, and we're gonna simplify that something. Okay, so the first thing, so a lot of what I'm diving into right now with my hitters, watching other hitters, learning from other really intelligent guys, right, is what our weight shift, what our weight hold, where we're holding our weight as we move to the ground. Okay, so essentially what I mean is, right, like, so some people will start feeling it in their toes, right, and then they get a push move going, right, or some people will try and feel it in their heel, but then the weight will move forward, right, which can cause an unnatural, right, stride close or pushing to the ball, right, or some guys get there and then they lose their angles, right? So it's really like a lot of times, right, we've got that weight in our leg and our foot and our back hip, and then it shifts as we move. Okay, so I think the first thing that we need to realize is that a good place for that weight to be is in the heel, or more in the heel. Okay, it doesn't have to be completely like this, right, foot off the ground, doesn't have to be anything like that, right, but just more feeling that. And the reason that we want that is now I'm engaging these strong muscles back here, but just like the ability to just like that being in the heel, which is in the glutes, the hammies, the core, right, that enables us to just travel and that center to almost just stay completely still. Okay, so that's what we're going to tackle, that's what we're going to talk about. So here's a little bit more information, then we're going to practice it, then we're going to simplify it. Okay, so what I am going to say right here, right, is not something you need to be thinking about in the game. This is the information, the learning part of this. Okay, so a really good feel to kind of to train yourself to make sure that you're staying right in your legs and in your middle, not pushing or that weight shifting from the heel to there or anything like that, right, is to try and get here, but then feel your knees almost out a little bit as you land, right, because as I do that, right, I feel myself get back into my heels, which enables me to stay here, right. So my tendency when I was a hitter, right, was to travel and then push the backside, right? As you saw, that messed with my bat, and that will make me decently inconsistent on inside pitches, right? So like that's what I've been studying a lot of that because I'm starting to see that better with other guys, right? So like starting in the heel, right? Then getting here, but then feeling your knees, right? Your kneecaps going out a little bit. Now I'm staying here as opposed to when they're not, I feel myself leaning, right? Just that little shift, right? From getting here and feeling your knees out to getting here, right? See how I'm just leaning that little bit forward, okay? So that's the information piece, the learn, okay? Now we're going to practice it, okay? So I'm just gonna get right here, and all I'm gonna do is be very deliberate with what I'm practicing. I'm practicing feeling this here, but then I'm telling my body, hey, we want to feel this move, not this move, right, as we go to the ball, okay? So I'm going to get quiet, right, I'm going to get here, okay? So I'm going to start in the heel. Justin Turner, right, he caps that, tells himself heel there. So start in the heel or close to the heel, more in the heel, then get here, right, and then feel those knees just be out a little bit. And what that does is that forces me to operate this way in this window, okay, instead of getting here and then being able to push or drift, okay? So the practice is start in the heel, get here, right, adjust yourself, feel that, and then swing, okay? See, so I'm not really having to battle a whole lot of when I get here, right, and those are out just a little bit, I'm not really necessarily having to battle, right, going here because I can't, right? I'm in my big muscles, and now I'm just working in this window, right? Instead of over rotating or pushing, okay? So let's practice again. In the heel, Start. There, feel out, right? Then small window. Boom. Okay, one more time, practice. And we're gonna simplify. Okay, get there. Out. Small window. Do you have time to think about that while you're hitting? No. Absolutely not. Okay, but what we can so simplifying, right, takes all that talk and puts it into 3 words or less and gives us a cue, right? And maybe we can have a feel, so a feel and a cue that will help us, right, stay simple. Because the last thing we want to do is be overly complicated, right? Mixing internal and external cues and messing us up, okay? So what's an internal cue, right, to make it simple, right? So I'm gonna get in the heel and stay in the heel, because stay in the heel, right, is that, okay? But when I get here, I'm out. I'm in the toes, right? So see how when I simplified it, I took the principle, I took the information, and I made it something of what we're trying to do. Now that is the targets. Get in and stay in. If I want to stay in, right, I got to be more here. I can't be there, I'm out, right? So we take the information and build it into a simplified cue, right? Which for me, if I was building that, it would be get in and stay in. So what I'm telling myself is, hey, start there, finish there. I know that I have to finish here a little bit so I don't go that way, okay? So there's the learn, there's the practice, and there's the simplified. Make sure that anytime that you're practicing something or doing reps, that you are doing all 3 of those things. Learn, even if you're just doing your normal routine, learn about who you are that day. Practice for what you need to be that day with who you learned you are that day, combined with who you are as a hitter. Then simplify, right? So use that 3-step process all the time when you're getting ready, especially before BP, in BP, all of those things, right? Learn who you are, practice who you are that day, right? Practice what you need to practice to get ready for the game, and then simplify, okay? So follow those 3 steps, right, to do that. And this is a really good way to practice staying in the heel, staying with the big muscles, staying with the strength, letting the middle stay balanced, right? Getting there and feeling it, and that way we can be successful, okay? So go learn, go practice, and go simplify. If you do that, you're gonna have a good week. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you.